Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl that gele chick. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful autogele called Fan and Round. So sit back, watch, learn and enjoy, and if you like what you see, do not forget to support your girl. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment and share guys. So this is 3 joining of ashoke, but I'm going to pieces it into single, like it's going to be 1 1 1 1. So it's 3 joining. It has already been joined together for time, but we pieced it to create this particular autogele. So I'm just picking one of the 3 that I have loosed, and I measured out 23 inches. Yeah, 23 inches, and I'm going to cut it right there. So I'm going to cut 2 of these 23 inches. So 23 inches in 2 places. So I just cut the second one. So that's our base. That's for our base, yeah, for the base. And the next one I'm going to be cutting is 21 inches, and this is going to be for our platings, our steps that is going to be at the front. So we're cutting 21 inches, and then I'm going to fold this same 21 inches into 2, and I will cut it equally, like from the middle. I'll cut it from the middle. So I'm still going to fold it again into 2. See what I'm doing? I'm going to fold that into 2 again, and I'll cut it equally. So at the end of the day, this 21 inches that I have cut, I'm cutting it into 4 parts. So that is just it. So I'm using this 4 to create my pleats. So you see, that is it. So that's the measurement for the base and the pleatings on the beads. So the next thing we're going to be cutting is for our fan. So the measurement for our fan is 30 inches, and we're going to be cutting that into 3 places. We're cutting 3 of that 30 inches. So there we go, cutting the 3rd one. So that's for our fan. Okay, I'm actually just cutting the 3rd one. So I'm done cutting for our fan. So the next measurement I'll be cutting out is for the round, and for the round I'm going to be cutting out 22 inches. So that's 22 inches. Now I'm going to cut out that excess that is looking rough, so I just measured 22 inches. So that's for our round. 22 inches for your round, 30 inches for your fan. So this is our measurement. So let me show you all we've cut down. This is all our measurements. So do not forget we use 3 joining of ashoke for this particular autogele. We use 3 joining of ashoke, not 4. So now we're going to cut for our strap. That's for the hand that you'll be using that you use to tie. So this is just like an extra or excess fabric, and I did not want to cut it or make it shorter. So the measurement was 14, the length was 14. So I'm now measuring 4 inches by the width. So I'll go to the other end of the ashoke and measure 4 inches again, and then I'll cut from there. So just look at what I'm doing carefully. I'm slanting it, like one side is going to be wider and the other side is going to be thinner, likewise the other. Do not really know how to explain this, but just watch carefully and I'm sure you're going to understand what I'm doing. So this is what you're going to use for your strap. So for our plaster that we're going to attach on the down base, on the down pleats, we just measured 4 inches length. So now we're just going to the machine to start joining our ashoke. So the first thing I'm joining is the 23 inches length that I cut down for the base, which is in 3 places. So I'm going to join the 3 of it, and then I'm going to fold the edges. So I'm done joining it. I'm done joining the two 23 inches, and I folded the edges. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold in like an inches in at the top right there, just to create like a starting point or like a base for my pleatings. So this is what I'm going to do. I folded 1 inch in, might be 1.5 or 1 inch. So I'm just going to sew it down. Make sure you're sewing it straight because you don't want it to be curvy, because when it's curvy, when it's time for you to tie it on your head, it would not lap well. The front will not lap well on your head. So make sure you sew it straight. So I'm done doing that. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'll be taking that 21 inches that I have cut in 4 pieces, and I'll be folding it this way. Just watch carefully, and I'll leave a little space at the top when I'm sewing, but I'm trying to stretch it on my machine. Okay, so see that I'm leaving a little space at the top. I didn't start right from the edge of the gele or the end of the gele. I left a little space by the side, and then on top too, I just covered up the sewing of the first folding I did, and I'm laying this particular one on top to create my pleat. Just watch carefully, and I'm sure you are going to understand. So guys, I'm just going to keep laying it until I'm done. Like I'll keep laying the 4 pieces that have pieces down until I am done, and that's how to create your base. So I left some space at the top by the edge of the ashoke because that's where you're going to put your plaster, and on my right hand on the other side too, I left a little space. So you leave space by the both side. To just see how I end this, I just fold it in like that, and then lap it on the next one. That's it. So guys, at the process of attaching the plaster, my needle broke, and fixing the next one I had issues, so I couldn't really record how I fixed this plaster, but I'm going to explain. You see right there, I just measured 1.5 inches on my plaster and on the ashoke, and I'm placing it right there. So on your right hand side, you're putting the one that is rough, it's kind of rough on your right hand side, and on your left hand side too. Okay, just look at it. That's the rough one. It's on my right hand side when it's facing me, and then the smooth one is by my left hand side, and it's underneath the ashoke, not on top, guys. Just watch carefully. You can replay over and over again, and I'm sure you understand how I attach this. I'm sorry I had to skip that because of my machine. It couldn't just penetrate through because it was kind of hard. But so I'm done with our base. So the next thing I'll be doing is to be joining the ashoke for our fan and our round. So I'm joining the 30 inches length, the 30 inches long, and I'm folding the edges, and I'll do the same to our 22 inches length that I have cut down for our fan and round. So just keep watching, guys. So now I'm just going to measure 5 inches. Measure 5 inches from that and 30 inches length that we have cut. So I'll measure out 5 inches and place it right on top of where our pleating starts, and I'm going to curve it. So the 5 inches is going to be downwards, like it's going to be down. You get? Just keep watching and you understand. So the 5 inches is going to be down, and then the whole of the ashoke is going to be at the top, and you stop at the middle. So if you notice, I folded the base, our down pleat, into two to get the middle, and that's where the middle is. So I'm going to look for a pin to tack it right there to be able to make it easy for me to know where the middle is. So I will stop while I'm sewing. So that's just what I'm going to do. I'll tag it down with a pin right there and take it to my machine and sew it down. So please do not forget to curve it. You need that curved effect. It makes it looks real, like it makes it look like you tied it on your head when you sew it in this curved manner. So curve it when you're sewing it, guys. So I actually had issues right here too. The pleatings were too thick, so I couldn't show you how I sewed down to the end. So I'll measure the same 5 inches on the other end of our 22 inches. So you know the first one we attached was our 30 inches, which is for the fan, but now I'm placing the 22 inches. So I just measured 5 inches, and I attached it from where the pleatings or the stepping starts, and I'm curving it, and I'm taking it down to where the middle is. So just watch, that's just what I'm doing. So I will stop, you see, I'll stop right there. So we're done, guys, and we're done with attaching and doing the base work. So guys, if you've watched this video to this particular point and you haven't subscribed, please do hit on the subscription button to get more interesting videos on how to make your autogele, how to tie your gele, how to do creative stuff, guys. So we're done with the base, guys. So right now you're going to be practically tying a gele on your mannequin head. So So you're going to be forming your pleats like you're tying gele on someone's head. So right now I'm creating the round, so I'm just picking equal I'm picking equally from each end, from one end to the other on this particular one I'm picking from. So I'm creating my round by picking equal measurement from each end. So if you know how to tie your gele, this is a bonus for you, but if you don't really know how to tie a gele, it's gonna be a little bit of struggle, but with practice you're going to get perfect at it. So just keep creating your pleat as if you're tying a gele on someone's head. So that's just what I'm going to be doing all through until I've exhausted the gele. So I'm just arranging it to make sure that it's lapping well, like the layers of the pleats are coming out well, and then I just tied by the edge there with my thread. So that's it. I'm just going to use the thread to hold it before I'm done with the making of the pleats and the fan, so that it can stay well, because if I don't do that it will scatter. So I'll do the same thing by this end. I'll arrange everything, like make it come out like, and I need to see each pleat representing itself. Like you need to see every pleat out there. So that's why I keep on arranging and arranging. So once I'm done, I'm going to tie it down too at the end right there, just like I did on the other side. I will tie this end too, and then I'm going to use my needle to like just tuck it somewhere around the base. Just keep watching. You understand what I'm doing, guys. Just keep watching. So guys, our autogele is taking shape already. You can see our round pleats, it's taking shape, like it's looking on points, guys. So guys, we're going to stop right here for this part of the video on how to make your round and fan or fan around autogele. Do make sure you hit on the notification button to get notification whenever I post the part 2 of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time on this same gele, on the part 2 of this gele. Bye bye.